Hello, my name is Cheyenne and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking to you about conscious consumerism with an emphasis in nail space. I identify myself as an environmentalist, or at least I try to be one, but it is admittedly quite hard with all this temptation around us all the time, with the marketing and small releases and FOMO and stuff. So I do try to be thoughtful with what I spend my money on. It's very easy to think like, oh, well, it's just a small bottle of polish, but think about the shipping, the materials that are used to create the polish, and also the effect it's going to have on your bank account. So I kind of want to walk through some of my thought process that I have when I'm thinking about like, oh, I want to buy some nail polish, but how can I be smart about this? So let's dive in. I wanted to note before I get too deep into this that I am a part of a Facebook group called Put the Nail Polish Down. And this is a Facebook group where their collections become a bit unruly. So I wanted to share my tips and tricks with them and others so we can all try to lift each other up, give each other the tools that we need to be the most thoughtful with our purchases. I am sure that other hobbies might benefit from a sheet like this. Scoping out the market and looking at deals is actually part of the fun for me. Anyways, let me tell you more about this sheet. All right, so this is my super methodical wish list, and this has helped me kind of stay focused on what I want my purchases to look like. I originally started this sheet because I really wanted to improve my collection to be focused around nail art. So there used to be a lot more rainbow cream polishes on here, just like collections that I liked. So like some that are pastel, some that are just generic. But I also was looking for polishes that I thought were really classic and could work with my style a lot. So like a red to black multi-chrome or holographic nudes. So I have gotten those since. This doesn't necessarily have basics anymore, but it does have polishes that I'm still very interested in maybe acquiring at some point. And I wanted to show you all how I use this sheet to get the most out of it. And I must mention, none of these brands, I'm not working with any of them for this video, so these are just brands that I'm interested in myself. So I have over here the brand, the product type, because I also have nail art tools, the primary color, primary finish, cost, rating, and a link to the product itself. So the first field that I find helpful is the brand. So let's say I wanted to make a purchase from, let's pick something random. Let's say I wanted to pick something from Parrot Polish. And I can see, oh, like here are the three that I am interested in. I can make my purchasing super easy. And I think this is especially helpful because a lot of these brands don't necessarily have a cart that you could drop stuff in and leave it for an extended period of time. They usually clear out after a while. So I like having a list like this. It's easy to pull up. Next, we have the primary color, which is a field that I like to use. So I have gone through these recently, but essentially I'm going to be pulling up a select color to see if there's any similar dupes that I have across different brands. And I do actually need to add a picture of this one, so ignore that. But it helps me see like, oh, well, this one is $10, this one's $15, they're pretty similar. Maybe I should get rid of one of these from my list. But sometimes, even if I know one is more affordable than the other, the heart wants what it wants. It wants red solo. Let me clear this. I don't really use the primary finish field too often, but I have used it to like figure out any patterns in my likes and dislikes, and it turns out anything that has a everything in a kitchen sink label is usually one that I rate pretty highly. So these are usually shimmers of holographic glitters and reflective glitters and magnetic pigments all mixed in, or flakies too. So just a lot going on. Another field that I really like using is the rating field, and essentially I have different tiers. So number 1 is I have to have this, like this polish is so pretty and I'm going to be kind of sad if I miss out on the opportunity to get it. 2 is like, I really like this also, but if the opportunity arises for me to get it, with maybe part of an order that has number 1 in it, then perfect. But then number 3 is I don't necessarily have to have this right now, but it's a great backup. And in my mind, that can be a color that is a dupe of another. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same polish again. And I take all this data and I pull it into this other tab to figure out how many do I have on a wish list. So let's say I have 20 cert colors on my wish list. That's a lot. You would think I should be buying more cert colors right now, but I don't have any that are necessarily rated a 1 at this time. So maybe I should focus on Holo-Taco, which I currently have 3 rated as a 1 out of 4. So that is a pretty good balance in my opinion. And I usually like to highlight a row on maybe, oh, this one's more interesting at this time. Maybe I should be focusing on them. I also collect information about sales, from which I've just seen throughout the time that I have been buying from these brands or from Reddit, because I do some research on this. I am very adverse from buying something full price. It's part of the game for me to find out when sales are so I get the best bang for my buck. I also like to collect promo codes that I'll see in people's YouTube channels. Good job, Caitlin. You're getting all the promo codes. Good for you. Very exciting. I actually really love Caitlin's swatches. She's one of my favorite swatchers right now. I highly recommend watching her videos. But yeah, so I think this is a great way to kind of figure out, like, what should I be thinking about? Lastly, I do have some notes on like what I want to buy. So for example, in March, my birthday happens. So I'm allowing myself $50 to be used for polish pickup because I love finding really unique polishes during that event. Great Lakes Lacquer, if their shop is open, because they are my favorite brand right now. Bee's Knees Lacquer, because this might sound surprising, but I haven't been able to purchase from them yet. And if their shop has anything interesting in it at the time, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. And lastly, Phoenix, because I have so many on my list right now that are I have to haves. So if there is a shop that has something more interesting at the time, it will be a battle between these ones on who's going to get my money. I also do put a little note on like how many polishes I'm expecting to get at a given time. That helps me understand at the end of the year what am I looking at. And it really helps me think, is this too much? How am I going to store all of this? Because I only have so much storage. I had plenty of storage last year, but then between Black Friday and the holidays, I maxed out my storage. So I had to get rid of some polishes already. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway too, and I'll probably keep doing giveaways because I like to cycle things in and out. I also have notes on what specific polishes I might want if I already know. For example, I know exactly what I want from Fun Lacquer. These have been on my list for 2 years. I also put any notes on like, am I trying to get a discount at this time? So yeah, that's how I try to figure out my purchases. I highly recommend trying to work something out similar, or I could add a link to a copy of this template and people can use it themselves if they're interested. But yeah, let me know, how do you do your budgeting? Because I would love to get some more tips on what everyone is doing these days, or if there's any fun formulas that people are using. I love formulas. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye.